Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, Book of Job, chapter 36. Let's get started now. The Book of Job is a rich source of wisdom and insight, exploring the mysteries of human suffering and the nature of God's justice. In chapter 36, we find the continuation of Elihu's speech to Job, in which he seeks to offer understanding and guidance to the troubled and afflicted man. Elihu begins by reminding Job of the greatness and majesty of God, emphasizing that God is beyond human comprehension and understanding. He notes that God's power and wisdom are vast, and that God is just and righteous in all his ways. Elihu urges Job to consider these truths and to trust in God's goodness and wisdom, even in the midst of his suffering. Elihu then goes on to explain that suffering often serves a purpose in God's plan. He argues that God uses suffering to discipline and correct those whom he loves, and that suffering can lead to repentance and spiritual growth. Elihu suggests that Job may have been too focused on his own righteousness and may need to humbly submit to God's will in order to find true peace and restoration. Elihu also emphasizes the importance of repentance and the need to turn away from sin. He suggests that Job may have sinned and that his suffering is a consequence of his wrongdoing. Elihu encourages Job to examine his heart and to confess any sins he may have committed, so that he may be forgiven and restored to right relationship with God. Throughout his speech, Elihu seeks to offer comfort and guidance to Job, reminding him of the greatness and goodness of God and encouraging him to trust in God's plan, even in the midst of his suffering. Elihu also emphasizes the importance of repentance and the need to turn away from sin, reminding Job that true restoration and peace can only be found through humble submission to God's will. The lesson of chapter 36 is one of humility and trust in God's wisdom and goodness. Elihu encourages Job to acknowledge the greatness and majesty of God and to submit to his will, even in the midst of suffering and affliction. He reminds Job that God uses suffering to discipline and correct those whom he loves, and that repentance and turning away from sin are key to finding true peace and restoration. Through Elihu's words, we are reminded of the importance of humility, repentance, and trust in God's plan, even when we do not understand it fully. In conclusion, the Book of Job is a powerful exploration of the nature of suffering and the character of God. Chapter 36, in particular, offers insight and guidance to those who are struggling with affliction and adversity. Through Elihu's words, we are reminded of the importance of humility, repentance, and trust in God's wisdom and goodness. May we all seek to cultivate these virtues in our own lives, and may we find peace and restoration in the midst of our struggles through faith in God. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.